Let's bring in Fox News contributor, former Republican congressman from Utah, Jason Chaffetz. Congressman, I did some digging. It took less than about 10 seconds to find a news story from this October about how Governor Brown was patting himself on the back for signing, yes, 3 new gun control bills into law. And Governor Brown's all about gun control unless he wants to try to stick it to the president and put an immigrant convicted of a gun crime back on the streets. What in the world's going on here?
I mean, there's really no explanation for it. I mean, these are convicted criminals. These are people. This is not the, lady who crosses the border who's just trying to help her family. These are people that are here illegally, committed a crime, got caught, convicted, and now we're trying to deport them. The president's trying to do the right thing, and you have people like Governor Brown getting in the way of doing this. During the Obama administration, more than 80,000 times this happened. They were in our control. He released them back out into the public, and guess what? They committed hundreds of more crimes, and people died at the hands of these types of people. There's no reason why these people should continue to stay and have the privilege of being in the United States. They're here illegally to start with.
Congressman, you make an important point because we know what happened in the case of Kate Steinle, where someone who had been convicted of several crimes was out on the streets in San Francisco. Here's what the president recently said about that.
Unfortunately, Democrats in Congress not only oppose our efforts to stop illegal immigration and crack down on sanctuary cities, every senator and congressman will have to make a choice. Do they want to protect American citizens or do they want to protect criminal aliens?
It looks like the governor in this case is trying to protect criminal aliens.
Well, that's the point. Even when we talk to Democrats like Luis Gutierrez and some of these who put this issue at the top of their agenda, they have at least in the past said, well, okay, the criminal aliens, yeah, let's focus on them. And the president, I think, is trying to do the right thing. Let's deport those people that are here illegally and they're committing crimes. They've been before a judge. They've got caught doing a crime. They've done some time for that. Now it's time for them to leave the country and never, ever come back. Why do we put up with this? And now you have governors who aren't cooperating. And it's so demoralizing to our good people who work in ICE and the Border Patrol. I mean, they put their lives on the line to save us and protect us. And then you get somebody who commits a crime. He's involved in a gang, allegedly.
Right.
And now they want to be able to keep him there in California.
Well, Congressman, you make an important point. And on top of that, in this case, even if the governor pardons you for state crimes, that doesn't prevent the federal government and ICE from going out and actually getting you and deporting you, right?
That's right. And between Homeland Security and the Department of Justice, but a lot of this is on Homeland Security, they have got to be able to go and they don't need a governor's permission in order to deport somebody if they can get them in their control. But again, you have too many sanctuary states and counties and cities that don't want to cooperate with federal law enforcement. They want all of our American money, right? They want the federal taxpayer dollars to go to them, but they don't want to actually deport these people. And this is the criminal element. I don't see any argument to keep these people in town. I really don't.
Last question. The Daily Mail did an investigation that they just published today over the holidays, talking about hundreds of people in cities like Santa Monica, Santa Barbara, cities all across California where you have teachers, firefighters, middle-class workers who are homeless because they cannot afford the rent in California. They're living out of their cars in Walmart parking lots and elsewhere. So my question to you is, doesn't the governor of California, Jerry Brown, have some more important things to deal with right now than pardoning criminals?
I see this regularly with the Democrats. They prioritize those people that aren't here illegally and they're committing crimes. And you're right, they got good people trying to do good things. They've run into trouble in their lives. There's a homelessness problem in a whole slew of states, including Utah and in California. And instead of the focus being on that, they're trying to protect the criminal aliens. And how could you ever look a family in the eye if one of these people goes back and does something and harms an American? How do you look them in the eye and say, yeah, I, as Governor Brown, made sure that they got to stay here and commit another crime? It's sick. It really is disgusting.
With more governors considering these pardons, I suspect this is not the last we've heard of this. Congressman, Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.